أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My dear viewers, once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be each and every individual of you. Here again, we come back to MTA Kistan, which is being brought to you by MTA International Gambia Studio. And in this series, we are dealing about prayer, particularly the Muslim prayer, which I am holding here. That is Salat, the Muslim prayer. So our intention is to enlighten the people about prayer, which is a very fundamental pillar, very important fundamental pillar of Islam. As I said already, the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam has put more importance and stress on prayer, to the extent that he said in one hadith that in the day of judgment, the first question that the servant of Allah will be asked will be his prayer. So therefore, this is a very important pillar, and this is why we deem it necessary to deal with this important topic. So by the grace of Allah Almighty, we have gone a long way on discussing this very important topic. We have went to the extent of sujood, meaning prostration. So we will continue from that. But then, before I continue with that topic, I would like to reflect on some of the important things regarding the type of prayers. Then from there, we will continue on prostration. So therefore, that means we are coming to talk about the type of prayers: the Sunnah prayer, Farla prayer, Wajib, and Nawafil. Those are the ones we are going to discuss in this episode. So without wasting much time, we have the recitation from the Holy Quran by Sister Tahira. Can we please hear the recitation?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون والذين هم على صلاتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون. Translation. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Surely, success those come to the believers who are humble in their prayers and who shun all that which is vain, and who are active in prayer, in paying the zakat, and who guard their chastity, except from their wives or what their right hands possess, for then we are not to be blamed. But those who seek anything beyond that are the transgressors, and who are watchful of their trust and their covenants, and who are strict in observance of their prayers. These are the highest, who will inherit paradise. They will abide therein.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. That was a very nice and melodious voice from the Holy Quran. Of course, you can hear the translation. That there is Allah the Almighty is describing those people whom you know that they will attain success in His sight. The truly successful people we mean. We don't mean those people who are successful in the eye of people, but rather in the eye of Allah Almighty. And He has been counting them. Then He says, Ulaika humul warithun. These are the people who are going to be the inheritors. What are they going to inherit? Alladhina yarisuna al-firdaus. الَّذِينَ يَرِثُونَ الْفِرْدَوْسِ. These are the people who are going to inherit the highest and the loftiest paradise of Allah, which is Jannatul Firdaus. And in this you can see the stages, or some of the qualities or characteristics one have to possess to be an inheritor of Jannatul Firdaus. Prayer has been mentioned twice. People who are humble in their prayer, and people who are very mindful and very regular in observing their prayers. You should not only be regular, but you should be humble in your prayers as well. It's the only thing that is mentioned here twice. So you see how important prayer is. So viewers, as I said, we want to discuss on the various type of prayers, because initially we are supposed to discuss about them. We just discuss few of them, so we want to go deeper into the types of prayers. Then we will continue from where we stop in the prayer. So today, by the grace of Allah Almighty, viewers, we will be talking about the wajib prayers, as we already talked about the farla prayer, that is compulsory prayer. We said there are 5 in our previous episode, right? So today we are going to talk about those type of prayers that are called wajib prayers, and those type of prayers that are called sunnah prayers and their importance, and those type of prayers that are called nawafil prayers. So all type of prayers fall under these categories. They are either farla prayer, that is compulsory, wajib prayer, they are called necessary, they are next to compulsory prayers. You should do them by all means. Failure to do them deliberately, you can be termed as a sinner. We don't say unintentionally, but intentionally. So they are very strong. And the other one, we have sunnah prayers, which are performed by the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They are not compulsory, but he was consistent and regular in performing them. So therefore, him being the role model, the exemplary given to us, we must follow the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam after claiming to be Muslims. There are also other prayers that are called nawafil prayers, which are also very essential, and the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has put more stress on this as well. And also, one of the type of this nawafil prayer is so strong and blessed to the extent it is mentioned in the Holy Quran, the like of Salatul Tahajjud. So we'll start with those ones. So the first prayers that are mentioned on the wajib prayer. So when you say wajib prayer again, it means necessary prayer. They are necessary. As a Muslim, you have to do them. As far as you are not under any difficult circumstance, or you are not under any unavoidable circumstances, you should offer them. Because failure to offer them intentionally, then in the sight of Allah, you cannot get the praise of Allah Almighty. So one of them is rak'ah of fitr, the 3 rak'ah of safa witr, salatul witr. And in one hadith, the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it is mentioned by Aisha, this is the type of prayer he offered until his death, his last death. He has never left salatul witr. Aisha said he has never seen the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam one day or a day comes without him offering salatul witr. And the other one is 2 rak'ah of Eid al-Fitr, that is the Eid after the holy month of Ramadan, and 2 rak'ah of Eid al-Adha. And the other one is 2 rak'ah offered while performing the tawaf of the Kaaba. While you are performing the tawaf of the Kaaba, you offer also 2 rak'ah. They are also called wajib prayers, so you should offer them. And it says, if a person misses these prayers intentionally, this is a very important statement. If you misses this intentionally, he is deemed to have committed a sin. However, if he misses a wajib prayer unintentionally, for instance, through forgetfulness, he is not required to offer it as qada. Qada means after, for example, if you miss Zuhur prayer, you have to go and pay. You know, they are compulsory prayer. Qada means what? Paying back. So you have to pay. But this one, if you miss them unintentionally, there is no need for you to go and offer them. For instance, safa witr. If you don't offer safa witr due to unavoidable circumstances, It's not necessary for you to go and pay them because they are not what? For the prayer. But they are so strong to the extent that if you miss them intentionally, then you are deemed to be somebody who commit sin. And the other one we say sunnah prayers. The sunnah prayer, you know them. I don't think it is necessary for me to explain. Can we hear any sunnah prayer? Do you know any sunnah prayer, Nurdin? Yes. Yes, as I said, it is the practice of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, meaning the prayer that he offered after the obligatory prayers.
After Isha, you have to pray 2 rakas.
After Isha, we have 2 rakah. Those are called sunnah prayer. That's a perfect example of a what? Sunnah prayer. After Isha, you pray 2 rakah. They are called what? Sunnah prayer. And those one also, you should not leave them deliberately. You should offer them as far as there is no unavoidable circumstances. And for them also, if you miss them unintentionally, there is no need for you to pay. You understand? For Zuhr, as I said, if you miss, you have to pay, right? You have to pay because they are what? Compulsory prayer. So Ibrahim, can you tell us another type of sunnah prayer?
Before Zuhur prayer, you have to pray 4 rakas.
Before Zuhur prayer also, you have to pray 4 rakah. They are also called sunnah prayer. The Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Khairul Alamin Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to offer them. So they are also called what? Sunnah prayer. Can we hear from Fatima? Please give us one example of sunnah prayer.
Before Isha, you have to pray 2 rakah.
Before Isha or after Isha?
After Isha, you have to pray.
After Isha, you have to pray 2 rakah, like Nuruddin says. After Isha, you have to pray 2 rakah. Ibrahim, can you give us another example?
After praying Maghrib, you have to...
After praying Maghrib, you also offer how many rakah?
2 rakas.
2 rakah. So these are basically the sunnah prayer. And also Fajr prayer is there. Before you pray Fajr or after you pray Fajr? Before you pray Fajr. But for instance, Tahira, if somebody forget or you come and you find that the Imam is about to start the Fajr prayer, and you know you are supposed to pray 2 rakah before Fajr, right? Should you join the Imam to pray the Fajr or should you go and pray the 2 rakah first? What will be your answer? Can you give?
You should join the Imam and then after praying the Fajr prayer, you pay the 2 rakas.
Perfect answer. You should join the Imam because why? Salatul Jama'ah afdalu min Salatil Faz. The prayer of congregational is far better and beneficial and blessed than the prayer of an individual. Other than that, the congregational prayer is an obligatory prayer, which is Fajr prayer itself. And the 2 rakah that you're supposed to pray before, they are called what? Sunnah prayer. So you don't compare Sunnah prayer and Farla prayer. For Fard, you have to observe those prayers. It's obligatory. That's why they call it compulsory or obligatory. So as he said, you join the Imam. When you are done, you come and pay the 2 rakah. And that is happened to all. For Zuhur as well. Ibrahim says you pray 4 rakah before Zuhur. That's a Sunnah prayer. It's a practice of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But if you come and meet that the Imam is about to start or the Imam is leading the Zuhur prayer, you should leave all Sunnah aside and join the congregational prayer. When you are done, you come and pay your Sunnah prayer. And this applies to all the Sunnah prayers. Compulsory prayer first, then Sunnah prayer come, and a wajibat, a Sunnah prayer, and nawafil. It goes like that. You understand? So basically, these are the one we said. Witr is called wajibat. Idul Fitri and Idul Adha is also called wajibat. And 2 rakah while tawafin the Kaaba is also called wajibat. You should not miss them intentionally. You should always perform them. And also we say Sunnah prayers are those prayers that are constant practice of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Like he said, 4 rakah before Zuhr and 2 rakah after Zuhr, 2 rakah before Fajr and 2 rakah after Maghrib, 2 rakah after Isha. Then after that one, any other prayers you pray, they are going to be under the category of Nawafil. So I hope you understand. So thank you very much for your participation, viewers. This is what time allowed us on this episode. As I said, we were discussing about the various type of prayers that are being offered. So we already talked about the compulsory prayer, which is the 5 daily prayers. After that, we talk about the wajib prayers, and we talk about the sunnah prayer. And in our next episode, we will talk about the nawafil. Then we come back to our previous place where we stop on prostration. We continue the action or the stages that you have to do while you are praying. Thank you very much. Until we come on your way here on MTA International Gambia Studio. I am your host, Said Sambaso. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.